Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a palette review and mini tutorial on this Revolution and Carmi palette. This is the Make Magic palette. This is £10. I bought mine from Superdrug. I did like a massive Superdrug haul, or I would call it a massive haul, maybe last week or the week before, so I'll link that in the description box because that was really fun for me to film. And you know, if you like watching them videos, let me know and I'll do more of them. So yeah, you can buy this at Superdrug and you can buy it from Revolution's website as well, and I'm assuming in the US you'll be able to buy it from Ulta Beauty. So this is what the palette looks like. You get 14 of these smaller pans and then 6 of these big pans, and these are like more of a foiled finish. They feel quite creamy. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it really. They're not a cream, they're not a powder, they're kind of in between the two. So I have done a review on one of Carmi's palettes before. That was the Kiss of Fire. I nearly forgot that one. That's the Kiss of Fire palette, and if I'm completely honest, that palette's not in my collection anymore. I just didn't reach for it and I ended up decluttering it. I won't do like a decluttering kind of video because I declutter quite regularly, and if I find that I'm not using something, I'll pass it on, I'll sell it, I'll get rid of it. So I will link like my Depop and everything down below, so you know, if I'm selling a few bits you can check me out on there. So yeah, so this video is just going to be doing this eye look. It's a, I would call it quite a simple eye look because I only use like 3 of the shades from this palette. I'm going to be giving like my first kind of impressions at the end of the video, so you can see what I thought about it, and yeah, let's get on with it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, swatches will be at the very end of the video. Okay, so I've done this eye off camera because I didn't want this video to be super long, and I've just done something very simple. I've actually only used 3 colours out of this palette, so I've used the gold, and look at that massive dint that it's left in there, and I've only like used it once. They are like a different kind of consistency. They feel a little bit creamy, so that's why it made a bit of a dip in it. And then I've used these 2 shades here, which are Addicted, which is the mustard, and Camo, which is like the green. When I looked at this palette, I was like, I don't know what to do with it. For some reason, like when you look at some palettes, you're just like, I know what I'm going to do with it. But when I looked at this, I wasn't inspired, so I just kind of gravitated towards the mustard and we just went from there. And some days you don't want to use every shade in the palette, so yeah, that's just how I came about with this look, and it reminds me a little bit of Subculture kind of vibes. So I have primed my eye with the Revolution Cut Crease Canvas. I always use this. This is in the shade Halo. It's about £6. It's really good, and you can use it as a base and then to cut the crease. So that's what we'll be doing later. So first I'm going to go into my crease with that Addicted shade. And this is just like a little profusion brush, but they're really good. Okay, so that's the mustard shade down, and I'm going to go into that Camo shade and put that in the crease. This is just a little Real Techniques brush that they were selling off in Superdrug, so it's the 305 brush. I don't know what kind of range it's from. A tiny little bit of this done. All I'm going to do is, because it's a darker colour and I'm not used to really going like this kind of colourway, all I'm doing is just taking it a little bit at a time and blending it up. I will also be putting it on this outer crease just to make it look how it is. Okay, so that's like the first pass of the green going down, because I am going to touch it up after I've cut the crease. So I am just going to go and cut the crease now. But so far these, oh, I've just taken a brush end to that. So far these 2 have actually blended out really nice, but I do like Revolution's mattes. I find that they work really well for me. Okay, so that is the crease cut. Again, using the cut crease canvas. Then I'm going to go into this gold shade. The gold shade is called Moneymaker, and I'm going to use the Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow brush to do this. I tried using my finger, but obviously I have like acrylics on, so that you know, prevented me really getting into there. And I've used like different kinds of brushes, then they've just not picked up really well. But I always love using this Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow brush. It just picks up pigment really well. Saying that though, when I was doing this eye, I felt like I needed to go over quite a few times to get the intensity that I wanted. I don't think it's completely there yet. I don't think it's as gold as I want it to be, and I can still see a little bit of my skin peeping through. So that is one of the drawbacks of these. They're not as opaque as I would like them to be. But yeah, I'm just gonna lay down Moneymaker now. So that's like a first pass with the brush, and this brush, you know, is excellent. So I know it's not the brush's fault. I'm just not a big fan of like this consistency. I don't think it's, you know, it's that great. And I've got so much, you probably can't see, but I've got so much fallout all around my eyes. I'm actually going to try and use my finger now, just because I need to build this up somehow. So that is the shade with my finger. It does look a lot better now that I've gone in with my finger, but obviously around like the line, the top of the cut crease is still very like uneven and messy. So I'm just going to sort that out off camera, and then we'll move to the next stage. So if I'm completely honest, I think maybe it's this shade, because it looks very chunky in the pan. So I'm wondering if it's some kind of different formula than the others, because these look a little bit more finely milled. Belle Jordan's got one in her palette, which is a very similar gold. It's just not the same kind of consistency, and that one's also very chunky as well. So I don't know, you know, if it's something similar. So what I'm going to do now is go back into that camo shade, so that green in the corner, and I'm using this teeny weeny, it's Makeup Addiction, it's a Precise blender brush. It's so small, and all I'm going to do now is just tidy up that line and put a bit more colour on, so it looks like it's a more defined crease. Okay, so you can see how much of a difference that makes. It looks cool, but the only thing is, because that gold is like very intense on my lid, it's kind of, when I've blended a little bit up, it's all the glitter is all over here now. And because, you know, I applied this one a little bit differently, it hasn't on that, so I don't know how well it's going to show to you on camera. I can see a massive difference in real life. This one looks a lot more foiled than this one, because I went in heavy with my finger. But all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put some more green here and just blend it into that gold. Okay, so off camera all I did was I put some shadow under my eye, used those same two colours that I'd put on the top part of my eye just for balance, and then I've put the Revolution liner on, and I've also used this False Lash Queen mascara from Primark, and this is meant to be the dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex, and this mascara is actually growing on me, because when I first got it I was like, it's not as good as my Essence mascara, but actually I'm starting to like this, and I think it's only about £3, so it's a nice little bargain. So I'm not going to put some falsies on today because it's like 9 o'clock at night, so I'm going to be taking this off soon, so I think it'd be just a waste of some falsies. So all I'm going to do now to kind of finish it off is I'm going to do my inner corner highlight, and I'm using this Revolution. It's the Reloaded highlighter in Set the Tone, so it's also the highlighter that I'm wearing on my cheeks. You only need to put like a little bit of this on, and it's, you know, really beaming. So I'm just going to put a little bit in here and on my brow bone, because I like those to match this. Okay, so let's do like some kind of final thoughts on this palette. If I'm completely honest, I don't feel like my eyes look the same. It might be different for you at home. You might think, you know, what's your problem? But when I look up close of them, I just see that glitter everywhere all over my eye. I mean, yeah, from a distance they probably look fine, but yeah, up close I can really see that glitter everywhere. So when I only used 3 shades, the 3 shades that I did use, the 2 mattes, really good. And I do like Revolution's mattes. I haven't tried any of these shimmers yet. Honestly, I don't really hold much hope for them because I'm not a massive fan of Revolution's shimmer formula. And then when it came to like these ones, I kind of was hoping that they would be really, really good. But I found this Moneymaker a little bit difficult to work with. So I found this Moneymaker shade a little bit difficult to work with. I don't know whether the rest of the, you know, these big shades are going to be the same. But when I swatched a few of them, they didn't swatch, you know, like chunky or anything. I don't know. Maybe it's just this one. But yeah, not a big fan of that one. And look at the absolute mess that it is made just from using it like once on my eyes in a swatch. So yeah, overall thoughts, it's okay. I kind of was expecting a little bit more, if I'm completely honest. Yeah, it's an alright palette. I probably won't be reaching for it a great deal though, but yeah, that's just kind of my first impressions. I might use it like a few times, or you might use it at home, really like it. I don't know, it's kind of not grabbed me, but then I haven't really given it a fair test. I've not used the shimmers. I need to use some more shades. Maybe that just gold shade was a dud, we don't know. So I'm kind of like that. I'm on the fence about it at the moment. So thanks for watching today, guys. If you've used this palette, let me know what you think about it, and what shades you've used. Are they good? You know, like, maybe I'm just having a bad experience with it with this one, but these two are good. It's just this one weren't great. So yeah, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos. I will leave you some in the description box, and I will see you again shortly. Bye. Okay, so here are the top row of swatches, and if I'm completely honest, the blue and green I found swatched the best. I mean, they look alright, but I felt like this peach one didn't swatch too well. I have to build that up 2 times, and the pink also isn't as metallic as I would have hoped. Yeah, but the rest of them look alright. That blue one looks really nice. Okay, so this is the top row swatched, and how amazing does that orange look? And even this blue was really nice, and it was quite soft. It's a lovely shimmer. Disappointed with this one. It's just like a light lavender colour, but there wasn't a lot of payoff on it, and I suppose this is only like a light colour, but again, not a lot of pigmentation from that one. But that one's really good, that orange, that blue, and then even these 2 darker shades came off really well. Okay, so this is the bottom row, and I've got to say the bottom row swatched a lot better than the top row, or the top 2 rows. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot more consistent. There's a lot more payout on all kinds of shades, both matte and shimmer. So yeah, a lot more optimistic about this palette after seeing this row of swatches, because these 2 look really good actually, and this one does, like kind of this mauve colour, and then these are the 2 that I used and I quite like them. This is kind of interesting, and then yeah, even this like red earth kind of colour is pretty cool. So yeah, kind of feeling a lot more optimistic about this palette now.